Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered. Crazy stuff in the last episode. Absolutely nutty events occurred. We're here in Ilya's forest. We were, gonna go visit Ilya to see if she'd be down to team up with us, but it seems like our antagonist reached her first. The shadowy figure, Zokin, assassin, and a new enemy, I guess you could say. A Norded version of Saber, the evil Saber. So Saber actually never fully died. She's just been sort of repurposed, which is pretty messed up, I guess you could say. Or a lot more messed up. I'm sure there's more blunt ways to properly describe that situation, but yeah, very crazy events. Berserker is now dead, or he's been swallowed up by by that shadowy figure. Not really sure what happened to him. I just know that he's not here anymore. Same thing with Archer, he's out. So, yeah, just a lot happened, A lot really did happen. And we're now severely undermanned, Those that we were supposed to be working alongside or, we were pretty impartial to are completely gone. So this is, this hampers our potential for, trying to take down Zokin, which is a little unfortunate. We are in an interlude right now, but I forgot to look at the new Saber page here. I totally forgot to do so. Now, we actually do have her true name here. I don't remember if that even popped up when Saber was up in this section. Not really sure. She's now lawful evil, so she's totally changed in the alignment, and all of her stats are just nuts now. Like, she is just above and beyond, right? The result of Saber being contaminated by a mysterious shadow. What makes her the strongest is not her ability as a swordsman, but the massive amount of magical energy she has due to possessing an element of the dragon species. As a servant who was not supplied with enough magical energy, she could not unleash the same combat power from when she was alive. But in this state, she is able to unleash more destructive power than ever before. In terms of plain attack power, she is the strongest. And I want to say that, a bit of these are going to be, oh wait, actually, no. There are some differences here. The writing skill is just gone. So that's out. Magic resistance is still up there, but it says right here, because she has taken on dark attributes, her anti-magic is lowered. So that was a lot higher. Intuition, the ability to constantly sense the best course of action for oneself during battle. Mana burst. The massive magical energy covers Saber's body with a dense fog without her even realizing. Her defensive power has improved remarkably due to the black armor and magical energy. Charisma E? What the fuck? Why is charisma a skill? Has that always been a skill and I've just ignored it? The natural ability to command corps improves one's own army's abilities in group battles, while her leadership improves, the morale of the soldiers decreases significantly. And then, oh, this is very different. Her noble phantasm. I mean, this is supposed to, it's Excalibur. Yeah, this is what we did see, I'm pretty sure, in the last episode. The Black Aurora sword, because Excalibur is an amplifier that converts the user's magical energy, the light of Darkened Saber's holy sword has also turned black. Just as Vivian and Morgan coexist with the fairies of the lake, this holy sword also has both good and evil attributes. Well, there we have it, Okay, so she's changed a little bit, The shadow shudders. The Red Knight is drenched in blood. Tosika is sitting on the ground in shock. 5 meters away from them stands a silver-haired girl holding hands with Shirou Emiya. The shadow shudders. It shrinks like a withered tree, and then expands like a pufferfish. No, its venomous nature resembles a more wicked deep-sea creature. It keeps swelling, growing shamelessly and endlessly until it covers the entire forest in deep black. In an instant, the Red Knight dies protecting Rin Tosika, and Shirou Emiya is saved by sheer luck. Hey, what can we say, He was fortunate that the forest terrain is filled with crags and valleys. Shirou Emiya evaded the shadow in a ditch, but his exposed left arm was not so lucky. She awakens from a dream. It's been half a day since she sent Ryder to protect Shirou. Sakura had been sharing her servant's protection so that she could keep an eye on things from the Emiya house. The shocking scene jolted her back to reality. Yeah, Ryder is there. She feels nauseous. She's hit by the vertigo of suddenly severing her senses from that of her servant. Her sleeping body is covered in sweat, and if she even tries to breathe, she suddenly... The contents of her stomach rise to her throat. She runs to the changing room. Clinging to the sink, she covers her mouth with her hand, not breathing. She can't contain the bile in her chest, and it spills out. Her shoulders heave up and down. Her long hair sways like a curtain, concealing her face from the mirror. She recalls the nightmare with horror. Those images were real. Shirou Emiya protected the silver-haired girl, and the shadow swallowed his arm. It was devoured down to its socket. I mean, nothing is your fault, Sakura. Sakura berates herself, as if she thought something she shouldn't have. She feels both chills and a strange sense of exultation, and can't quite process what happened or what she should do next. All she knows for sure is that she hates herself. Before, she had a similar invasive thought. If she injured Shirou Emiya so that he couldn't go outside, then he wouldn't be in danger anymore. Yeah, as long as Shirou has a will, there's a way. Yeah, it was wrong. It wouldn't solve anything. How fickle of her to wish that he'd get hurt enough not to go outside. And now she had hurt Shirou Emiya in a way that had nothing to do with her wish. Her life was in danger, never mind his ability to leave the house. Both of those things actually happened. And that was what it really meant to hurt him. How could she have wished for something so awful? The nausea won't go away. She's already vomited everything in her stomach, but the retching won't stop. Blood and bile. It's almost as if the mangling pain in her stomach and the searing in her throat are meant to punish her, she thinks to herself. Several dozen minutes pass. After running out of even her stomach bile, the nausea passes and she finally regains her composure. She pants roughly. Her shoulders heave, her breathing ragged. She grips the sink in both hands, trying to catch her breath like she's just finished running a marathon. Yeah, but he still will have that will to fight. So, there's always a way. Her honest feelings slip out in a rapturous tone. It's a short whisper. Disheveled and winded, she looks up. The image of her in the mirror is weighted down by guilt. She looks downcast and worried for Shirou Emiya's welfare. She sincerely and earnestly wishes for his safety. The mirror reflects her crooked grin. Well, that was a fun little interlude. So Shirou has lost his hand. Or arm. Or both. Probably both. I don't think it's going to be one or the other. Or at least it's not going to be the arm when he still has his hand. It's hot. I'm trapped in a steamy stone room. The heat seeping in from my shoulder joint is like thousands of microscopic bugs eating my cells. My shoulder. It's like countless bugs are gathered in a wound I can't see. It's hot. My body burns from within. This is more like a frying pan with the lid on, than a sauna. There's a sizzling sound. If I relax, I might find myself burned black. It's hot. The heat melts my mind, not my body. Oozing, roaring. The heat spreads fiercely and cautiously, burning and rewriting my genes. Will this nightmare finally end? It's hot. The open hole is covered to stop the bugs from escaping. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot, hot, hot. The hole in my shoulder. Or it is my shoulder. Bugs barge into my body through that entrance. The entrance, that hole they should leave through, is blocked by flesh that isn't my own. I'm changing. Something unknown is changing me. It's coming in. Knowledge I shouldn't have enters my brain. his combat experience and knowledge. Hey, yo. Oh, shit. His noble phantasm. Not those short swords. Kancho and Bakuya. He was a blacksmith heroic spirit who favored those swords, also forged by a famous blacksmith. So he forged them too. He could reproduce anything he saw and understood. No, it wasn't reproduction, but projection. A unique type of magecraft that recreates the caster's image or imagined principle of creation. The heat burning my heart demands that I master it. Oh, we're getting everything. We're getting the whole skill set here. Are you kidding me? That's impossible. I can't let this inside me. I don't know projection. I haven't reached that level yet. This shortcut is definitely going to destroy my body. I already have my hands full just being myself. I can't remember all this other stuff he's showing me, much less master it. I'm not strong enough to do it. You and I are complete strangers with nothing in common, so there's no way this will take. No, even if it does, I couldn't possibly endure it. Can't lose track of time. Can't get out of order. Even if you help me, I don't have the skill to handle it. Oh. We're at the church. My consciousness slowly returns. I'm in an unfamiliar room, lying on an unfamiliar bed. I sit up. I think I saw Saber in the forest, ran away with Tosaka, and then I took Ilya and... Oh, there's Ilya. We lock eyes. Ilya is right next to the bed, staring at me with wide eyes. I sigh in relief. I don't know what's going on yet, but I'm really happy that Ilya is all right. Ilya dives into my arms. So I guess we have arms, you know, plural. Ilya keeps repeating that over and over as she buries her face into my chest. Well, she's got me. I really have no idea what's going on, but if she's crying this much, then I'll just have to stay still and let her. A replacement? Uh-oh. Before I can finish my question, I feel like a long blade is driven into my body. I'm unable to bear the pain, my right hand scratching at my chest. I don't understand. I don't really understand, but I want the pain to stop. I calm my heart rate. Once I close my eyes and meditate, I immediately sense what's wrong. If I know the source of the pain, the foreign element, then I can slightly control the pain. I just need to build a barrier to prevent the alien parts from mixing with my own body. And we don't have our regular arm. Ilya seems to know where the pain is coming from. I look down at myself and notice that I'm wearing a hospital gown. No, it's more like a bunch of belts than a gown. The fact that I can only move my right arm is proof enough. Everything else is fixed tightly in place. I can't even change my own clothes like this. I don't think that's our biggest worry there. She looks away uncomfortably. Of course you will. And then, someone appears who I didn't really want to see.
だが説明は簡潔に済ませたい。邪魔をしないというのなら、隅でおとなしく座っていろ。
You're really great with kids here, man.
そうね。じゃあ、そうさせてもらうわ。
Ilya walks by Kotomine and leans against a wall.
さて、状況説明の前に、先ほどの疑問に答えておこう。あまり驚くなよ、エミヤ・シロー。
Now, I'm pretty sure we have a whole new arm and something to do with Archer, you know? I don't know if this is necessarily like Archer's arm because, you know, he's a big, strong man and we're just a small boy. But, you know, who's to say? What happened? Kotomine reaches out. The priest undoes the belt, exposing my skin. Oh, fuck. God damn. This arm doesn't belong to Shirou Emiya. It's a little bit more than the arm, you know? I can tell even under all the cloth it's wrapped in. The thing serving as my left arm came from somewhere else. It's something alien that defies the laws of nature that should never be attached to me. It is Archer's arm. Holy shit. That's insane, actually.
アーチャーの意志を尊重。いや、それより遺体って、あいつは
移植が済んだ後消滅した。ここに運ばれた時点で死に体だったのだが、よくも終わるまで持ったものだ。アーチャーの持つ特殊技能ゆえだろうがな。
Which we, you know, learned a little bit about in the last route. He stuck around to the very end. Archer's gone. That means the only servants left are Zoken's assassin, Sakura's rider, and... Yeah. No. She's changed so much that I don't think you can call her a servant anymore.
待て。アーチャーは消えたんだろう。なら、あいつの腕が残っているのはおかしくないか。
That is a good question.
移植が終わる前に消滅したのなら、その左腕も消えていただろう。だがお前のそれは、アーチャーが現世にとどまっているうちに切り離し、お前の体に植え付けたものだ。エミやシローの魔術回路とつなげ、お前自身の魔力で現世に受肉させている英霊の肉。その手術がなった時点で、それはお前の肉体となった。その後ならば、アーチャーが消えようと左腕は残る。
じゃあ本当に、これはあいつの腕なのか。
そうだ。あのままではお前もアーチャーも長くはなかった。アーチャーはこの世にとどまる霊格を壊されており、お前も半死半生の手負いで、傷口より生命活動に必要な中身を損ねていた。幸い、アーチャーの体に傷は少なかったからな。彼はお前に唯一無事な肉体を提供することで、死にゆくお前を生かしたのだ。
Yeah, there was no guarantee here, apparently. It was always a might. That is pretty wicked stuff here, though. Holy shit. The half of me that was swallowed up by the shadow, the heat that invaded my mind, and this left arm that obviously belongs to someone else. Everything tells me that those events really happened. I collapsed in the forest. Then Archer saved my life.
けど、サーバントの体を人間に移植するなんて、できるのか。
つなげるだけならできなくもないわ。霊媒の意志は肉体ではなく魂を癒すものだって言うし、そこの神父は見かけによらず本物だったっていうことね。
世辞は受け取るが、そう手放しで喜べることではない。異なる霊体同士の接合は禁呪と呼ばれる。なぜなら、行ったところで絶対に失敗するからだ。
Yeah, but Shirou has always been a little bit different.
霊体、魂の蘇生、復元は魔術では扱えない神秘である。故に今回も、形だけ成功した後でショック死すると思ったのだが。
シローとアーチャーは特別よ。私もさっき分かった。この二人なら、つながりさえすれば持ち直すって。
No, it makes sense when you consider the fact that Archer is basically just a form of Shirou in the, far off potential future. So, yeah, they have a stronger connection than most. Ilya avoids meeting my eyes, looking sad somehow.
ほう。ま、その理由は知らん。
Ilya seems to have
私に
figured
分か
it
るのは
out.
お前たちの相性が良かったということだけだ。手術を始めた時は驚いたぞ。双子
I try putting strength into my left arm to confirm Kodamine's words. I can't feel anything. There's no pain. It just feels like dead weight. I can't move it no matter what I do. It's like an arm gone numb from a lack of blood flow. The sensation of having an attached arm I can't move causes mental fear rather than physical pain. My left arm is just a lump of iron now. Maybe this is what being a tin man would feel like.
全く動かない。これで手術は成功したのか？
無茶を言うな。つなげたばかりではそれが限界だ。数日経てば馴染む。先ほども言ったが、お前たちの相性は実にいい。この分であれば、通常の生活をこなせるほどには回復しよう。だが注意しろ。私が言っているのは、あくまで回路が合うというだけの話だ。いかに相性が良かろうが、それは人間では扱えぬ英霊の腕。いや、腕というよりは兵器だな。強力ではあるが、使えばお前とて巻き込まれよ。
It's kind of like, what's his face from Final Fantasy VII, you know? I mean, he's got a weapon for an arm.
それは自滅するってことか。
無論
I guess it's more of a hand.
人間であるエミヤ四郎がアーチャーの腕を使えば、肉体はアーチャーの腕に侵食される。いな、吹き飛ばされるという表現の方が正しいか。霊覚としてエミヤ四郎の肉体はアーチャーの腕には到底及ばん。一度でもその腕を使えばアーチャーの魔術回路が起動する。そうなった時、お前の体はアーチャーの魔術行使に耐えられず、
Well, that's
内部から
fun.
崩壊する。いいか、使うたびに寿命が減っていくのではない。その腕を使えば、お前の体に植え付けられた時限爆弾にスイッチが入るのだ。
What the hell? Is he basically saying that if I try to copy what Archer does even once, I'm as good as dead?
じゃあ、この布はそのための。
ああ、そのための封印だ。それを巻いている限り、左腕は魔術回路を発現しない。お前が魔術を使おうと、その左腕だけは別のものとして扱われる。
I was wondering about that, you know? They're not ordinary bandages necessarily.
だが安心はするなよ。魔術講師をせつとも、生きている限り魔力は肉体に通るものだ。それを防ぐため、マルティンの青外符で左腕を覆っている。その布を巻いている限り、左腕からの侵食はある程度抑えられるはずだ。
ちょっと待て。ある程度抑えられるって。それじゃ完全には。
抑えられん。そうだな。アーチャーの腕を使おうと使うまいと、結局はその腕に侵食される。
Again, this is just so fun.
長生きがしたいのなら、腕と拮抗するほどの魔術師に成長しろ。そうなれば青外符を巻かずとも左腕の封印はできる。何？私の見立てでは左腕に食いつぶされるまでにあと10年。それだけの猶予があるのだ。一人前になって左腕を御するか、慣れずに自滅するか。
Yeah, I mean, it is
そう急な話
a
ではあるまい。
it is a problem, but we have more urgent matters here. Like we have other things that we gotta, concern ourselves about right now. Then we could probably shift the focus to that later on and, try to extend our life. Hardly urgent. Someone just grafted this thing onto me when I wasn't even looking. And there's no use whining now. I would have died in that forest. Archer's arm transplant saved my life, so I'd be making light of this sacrifice if I complained.
わかった。とりあえず礼は言っとく。また世話になった、琴峰神父。できれば 4度目がないよう祈っててくれ。
Yeah, we'll be back.
減らず口が言えるのなら心配はいらぬな。では外に出ろ。礼拝堂でリンが待っている。
Kodamine heads for the exit. I get down from the bed and put on the clothes someone left for me. My left arm can't move, so I just slip on a coat.
よし。気を配ってれば痛まないな。イリア、行こう。
行く。
Now it looks like we've got Ilya in tow with us now. When we go outside, we're in the church's center garden. The sky is dark. It's already nighttime.
言い忘れていたが、その正骸符は解こうと思えば簡単に解ける。選択肢は常にお前にある。アーチャーの力を使うのは自由だが、使えば命の保証はせん。
It's basically our trump card, or potential trump card. It'll either kill us immediately, kill us eventually, or, you know, we'll be okay. I don't see that last part happening, though.
それを踏まえた上で、せいぜいうまく立ち回れ。
I mean, they're bandages in a way, so I'd assume that they'd be easily removable. When we enter the chapel, Tosika's glaring at me. I don't remember her ever glaring at me like this before, but I'm relieved that she's safe.
さて、これで全員治療は済んだ。エミやシローはアーチャーの左腕を移植され、リンは毒素を洗浄された。
あるわけないでしょ。これ以上あんたに借りを作ったら、それこそ命を担保にされかねないじゃない。
そうか。ではこれで解散ということになるが、一応監督役として聞いておこう。これからどうするつもりだ、リン。ことがこうなってしまっては、聖杯戦争も破綻している。
Oh yeah.
残されたマスターがこうも揃ってサーバントがいない状態では、もはや勝敗はついただろう。
Tosika goes quiet for a moment. As Kodamine says, the war's victor is almost decided. The only masters left with servants are Zoken and Sakura. Normally, the last survivors would fight, but Sakura can't disobey Zoken. In that sense, he's already won.
マトウゾウケンとしては、マトウサクラを取り戻すか始末するかのどちらかだろう。これを防ぐのは難しく、お前たちには防ぐ義務もない。
Well, I kind of
むし
wondered.
ろマトウゾウケンを倒したところで、お前たちに益はないからな。
That man is still evil.
へえ、サーバントがいないマスターは聖杯を手に入れられないってやつ？
そうだ。故に戦う意味はなく、これ以上の戦闘は無意味だ。このままおとなしく屋敷に立てこもり、聖杯戦争の終わりを待つのが正しい選択だろう。
ご忠告どうも。けど降りないわよ。
驚いたな。聖杯を諦めきれないということか。
当然よ。サーバントがいなくなっても私はまだマスターだもの。一人になったから戦いを降りるだろうなんて勝手に決めつけないでよね。
ほう、そうか。確かにそうだな。サーバントを失ってものこのこ七に赴いた者もいる。そう簡単に白旗はあげられないか。
シロは関係ないわよ。いい？これはあくまで私の判断。私はまだ諦めてないし、造形を勝利者にさせる気もない。
遠坂。
I blink at her in surprise.
何よ嬉しそうな顔して。言っとくけど、あんたの真似をしたわけじゃないからね。私は賞賛があるからまだ降りないの。あなたみたいに勝ち目もないのに残るわけじゃないんだから。
Yeah, so long as we have our limbs, which we do apparently have, you know, enough to keep on fighting, we'll keep on fighting.
はあ、そうだろうな。遠坂のことだからそうじゃないかって思ってる。
なんかそれはそれで引っかかるけど、分かってるのならいいわ。
Tosika turns away with a huff. She isn't saying that she won't give up on the Holy Grail to Zoken out of a sense of morality. If Zoken wins, then we can't save Sakura. If we want to save Sakura, then either Sakura has to win the Holy Grail, or someone willing to help her. And Tosuka is saying that if someone's going to win, then it should be her or Sakura. And that's the only reason she needs to fight Zoken. Tosuka can't actually obtain the Holy Grail anymore, but she still wants to help her little sister.
ではお前はどうだエミヤシロ。凛と同様、まだ聖杯を諦めないというのか。
なあ、戦いはやめない。俺だって目的はある。このまま造剣の好きにはさせない。
そうか。戦うというのなら止めはせん。絶望的な戦力差だが、魔頭造剣は小物だからな。
Our eyes meet. Methods, huh? I can't see any way to do it alone, but with Tosuka, we might just find a way to defeat Zoken. The conversation ends. With our treatment complete, Kotomine states that he has no reason to shelter former masters who don't even want protection, and asks us to leave.
言われなくても出ていくけど。なあ、イリアは行くところあるのか？
城はまだあるし、セラもリズも呼べば出てくるから帰る場所はあるけど、どうしてそんなこと聞くの？
いや、一人じゃ危ないだろ。イリアさえ良ければ俺の家にいてもらいたいんだ。その方が何かと便利だと思うし。
いいけど行かない。シロのとこにはあの女がいるもの。
Yes, she is. Huh, what an odd thing to say. I looked at Tosuka for answers, unsure what Ilya meant by that. Oh, she's giving me a look that says not to drag her into this.
ほう。魔頭桜を選んだのか、エミヤシロ。
琴峰？
イリアスフィールは私が預かっても構わないが、このまま城に戻しては造剣にさらわれるだけだからな。
お断りだ。イリアは俺が引き取る。
お断りよ。イリアは私が借りるんだから。お断りするわ。私、自分の居場所は自分で決められるもの。
Okay, but make the good decision and, like, don't choose here.
それは残念だ。では、イリアスフィールは遠坂の屋敷に滞在するのだな。
バカ言わないで。アインツベルンのマスターは遠坂の家になんて行かないんだから。あ、そう。じゃああんたどこに行くのよ。シロのところも嫌だ。教会もお断り。私の家もダメだって言うなら、もう城に帰るしかないわよ。わかってるわ。元からあそこが私の工房なんだから、他のマスターの世話になんてならない。バーサーカーがいなくたって、私は一人でやってくんだから。
Yeah, I don't think so.
あら、やっぱりそうなんだ。一度殺しかけたシローに助けられたくせに、恩も感じずにお城に戻るわけね。聞いた？エミヤくん。あれだけ助けてあげたのに嫌われたものね。この子、あなたの家なんて狭苦しくてごめんだって言ってるわよ。
I really do appreciate you pushing her buttons here. And I mean that, actually. She needs the push to, like, you know, just stay there.
私、そんなこと一言も。言ってるじゃない。エミヤくんの家に行かないのはエミヤくんが頼りにならないからでしょ。だから安心できる自分の城に戻るって言ってるんじゃない。それはそうだけど私が城に戻るのはシローから離れないといけないからで。え？はあ、そうなんだ。頼りになるならないの前に、そもそもエミヤくんが嫌いだったわけね。なんだ、そういうことは早めに言ってよ。
Tosuka ruthlessly prods Ilya. This is bad. I start to worry that this might turn into a fight that can only be settled with blood when...
そんなことない。私、シローが嫌だなんて言ってないもん。私が嫌なのはもっと別のことなんだから。
Apparently, it's Sakura.
だってさ、大人気ね、エミヤくん。
Tosuka snickers quietly, while Ilya glares at her with frustration. So whose house is Ilya going to? I'm assuming she'll go to Shirou's. In the end, we decided that Ilya would come to my house. See? Told you. Tosuka and Ilya leave the chapel, arguing. You could say they actually get along pretty well. The conversation is over. It's our problem from here on out, and I have nothing else to discuss with the priest. I start to leave the chapel following Tosuka, when behind me I hear...
忘れるな、エミヤシロ。お前は戦える体ではない。
We really haven't had a body that can fight even when Saber was here. A warning from the priest, which I've come to expect by now.
そんなことあるもんか。左腕が使えないだけの話だ。俺はまだ戦える。
そうか。ところで麻藤さくらの体調はどうだ？
Dog shit.
さくらの体調？
I'm a little surprised. I thought he'd say something more spiteful, so why is he asking how Sakura's feeling?
どんな風の吹き回しだよ。今さら、あんたがさくらの心配をして何になる？
分かっていないな。私はお前の体の話をしているのだ。いいかね、エミヤシロ。お前も危うい体だが、麻藤さくらはさらに危うい爆弾を抱えている。お前は戦わなければ無事だが、麻藤さくらは刻一刻と崩壊している。麻藤さくらを救うというのなら、エミヤシロは戦わざるを得ない。だが今のお前には、戦いそのものが自殺行為に等しい愚行だ。故に、麻藤さくらを救うということは、自分を殺すということだと理解しているな。
それがどうした？そんなのもお前の知ったことじゃないだろう。
I mean, he is still the overseer. I decided that I would save Sakura. That oath hasn't changed, no matter what happens to my body.
そうか。命を捧げるほどの献身は美しいがな。あの娘はお前にとって、果たしてそれだけの価値があるのかどうか。
なんだと。
最後の忠告だ、エミヤシロ。生かすということは、欲望を満たすということ。
Oh, I know that what we're doing is wrong in a lot of ways.
麻藤さくらを生かしたいというのなら、それを最後まで忘れぬことだ。
Like, really, but we know that Shirou is going in a selfish direction. It's very unlike him, but now that he has his goal here, that's what we're going to set forth and complete. You know, we're going to set out to really, go against what we've seen Shirou do in a lot of other routes, or in the previous two routes in a lot of situations. But at the end of the day, it's still the Shirou we know. I go outside. Tosuka and Ilya are waiting in the courtyard. Ilya's gazing up at the sky, looking a little chilly. Meanwhile, Tosuka's staring at me, and I can tell she's about to complain.
遅い。綺麗と何話してたのよ、シロ。
いや、何って。いつもの皮肉だけど。
And annoying. Like always. But that's just Konamine's character. More importantly, there's something I'm curious about. Should I ask? Tosuka, are you just gonna use my first name now?
まあいいわ。時間もないし、回りくどいことはやめにしてあげる。ことは深刻だし、別々にやっても勝ち目は薄いし。尺だけど、昨日のことは水に流してあげるから感謝なさい。
Tosuka makes a haughty expression and says something even more patronizing. She's hard to understand, but if I were to guess at the point she's making...
遠坂、それって。
そうよ。協力してあげてもいいって言ってるの。だいたいね、あなただけじゃ心もとないでしょ。造剣を倒すって目的は一緒なんだし、それまで手を組んであげてもいいってこと。
She goes on giving me a dissatisfied look. Finally, a light bulb goes off in my head. This sudden proposal is the best that could happen to me right now.
ああ、ありがとう。恩に着る遠坂。お前がいてくれるなら、これ以上の助けはない。
I shake her hand vigorously. Seriously, what's wrong with me? I know I'm being silly right now, but I'm so happy that I can't help myself.
わかった。俺はいいからちょっとタンマ。
She can really only do the tsundere act so much, you know? Tosuka backs away in a hurry. But it's like we've seen out of her, by the way, in Unlimited Blade Works, you know? She is so perfect, but that's only up to what she has figured out and planned. You know, once things take a weird turn, well, she gets a little flustered. Like there, she really wasn't expecting the way Shirou was going to act there. Also, she's been staring at my left arm.
その前に一つ聞くけど、あなた、その腕が誰のものか知ってるわよね。
It's our own. In a weird way, it's our own. I nod, yes, of course. Tosaka pauses, sighing deeply, and then...
じゃあシロ、今からあなたは私のサーバントよ。
Huh.
私のサーバントで助かったんだから、それぐらい当然でしょ？
Wasn't really expecting that out of her mouth. She says something totally outrageous. I don't quite... Nope, I don't understand at all. I try to jumpstart my brain into processing what she just said.
何言ってるのよあなた。そんなことで所有権を言い出すなんてバカバカしいにも程があるわ。
Good. Ilya gives her a timely answer.
だいたいリンの言い分は的を外れてるわ。そもそもシロは私のなんだからリンにあげられるわけないじゃない。
That's another pretty crazy claim to be making here. I see. She's mad about the wrong thing entirely.
あんたこそ体言吐くじゃない。まさか一度見逃してあげたからシロは自分のものだなんて思ってたの？それだったら私も同じよ。学校でばったり会った時なんて本当に頭にきてどうしてやろうかって暴れる寸前だったんだから。
Yeah, good thing we avoided that chaos.
そんなのリンが大人げないだけよ。私は毎日見逃してあげてたんだから。シロの命は私のに決まってるわ。生かすのも殺すのも私なんだから。関係ないリンは引っ込んでて。
関係ないですって。甘く見ないでよね。関係なくてここまで関われるかっていうの。アーチャーのやつが頼むって言ったんだから責任持って生き残らせるわよ。
I can practically hear their teeth gnashing as they glare daggers at each other. I wait for the argument to conclude, my frown deepening by the second. Well, I can tell that no matter who wins, it's going to give me a headache. What a lovely situation we found ourselves in. They're going to argue the whole fucking...
結局どっちなの？
God damn it, bro. Fuck. How do we make a choice from this? Just when I thought the argument was going nowhere, they both decided to just turn the last choice over to me.
どっちかって、何が？
だからどっちのサーバントかっていうことよ。シロの答えをまだ聞いてなかったし、ここではっきりさせた方がいいでしょ？
そうね。シロが嫌がってるのに気がついてないし、リンにははっきり言わないとダメみたい。ほら、言ってあげてシロ。シロは私のものでいいんだよね。
It isn't even worth considering. The person who has the right to order me around is... Oh my god. I'm calling it. This is an issue for, you know, me in the future. Which is probably either later today or tomorrow whenever I record the next episode. Fuck this shit, man. I'll leave that choice up to me later. But, okay. Well, I guess we have a new arm. And, I guess an owner. I guess we're a servant now. We belong to somebody, so that's cool. But yeah, we should really get home and, like, you know, figure out what it is we're gonna do next, because we're in a very precarious situation, I guess you could say. But, oh well, we'll get to that later. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.